let's get into it. It's crime o'clock, yeah, feel that sound. Typically unique when the truth comes out. Tick-tock, won't stop, let the facts talk. Pull up real close, yeah, it's crime o'clock. Whole story change, no fear my voice, no need to shout. Paper speaks when you read it out. If the math's off, I'll circle twice. Truth ain't loud, but it ain't nice. Yeah. Read it again. It's crime o'clock, yeah. Feel that sound. Typically unique when the truth comes out. Tick tock, won't stop. Let the facts talk. Pull up real close, yeah. It's crime o'clock. They sell a narrative if I sell receipts. Courtroom quiet but the pages speak. Word for word, no added spin. Let it stand, yeah, let that sink in. Screenshot save, timeline's tight. Missing pieces keep me up at night. If they say alleged, I say why. If they say case closed, I say try. No rush here, we do it right. Truth don't bend for the likes of hype. If you came for noise, you in the wrong spot. This is evidence, this is crime o'clock. Clock, clock, clock. Stay with me. This isn't background noise. This is pattern recognition. This is documents. This is crime o'clock. It's crime o'clock, yeah. Feel that sound. Typically unique when the truth comes out. Tick tock, won't stop. Let the facts talk. Say it with me now. Crime o'clock. It's crime o'clock. Typically unique. It's crime o'clock. Yeah. If you're here, you're early. If you're listening, you're paying attention. Show starts now.
Welcome to Typically Unique. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. We have an interview to watch today. This interview is from Idaho State Police Report number 179. And we're going to look at that real quick before we pull up the interview. I don't think I need that trigger warning banner anymore. I just got off, where is it? Covering the Lindsay Clancy trial. There's some sensitive content in there. So, yep, we'll hide that and get right into it. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, my name's Kim. Great to have you. Please do me a favor, hit that like button on your way in. Subscribe if you haven't so you can join us back for other shows. We definitely cover the Idaho 4 case here and also other true crime cases. So we've currently been watching the Lindsay Clancy trial every morning. All right. So Idaho State Police Report number 179. Let me get this up here. I will tell you this interview is 1 hour and 15 minutes. I was shocked. And if you're curious what they do with these FOIA requests, I posted my receipt in my community post so you can see what they charge for. There were probably 3 or 4 people that charged for like 5 minutes of work, 8 minutes of work, 7 minutes of work. I think those were the people that were looking for things. And then the big chunk was the attorney who has to sit down and watch the interview. And I believe she's probably the one that she either makes the redactions herself. She must, because she's the one with all the time. She charged for I think it was 138 minutes of work. And when they approve these requests, everybody kept asking me how long is it? How long is it? And I'm like, I don't know, but the attorney spent 138 minutes on it. So I hope it's 138 minutes long. But yeah, hour and 15, but there are redactions. So I will fast forward through those so we don't have to sit there and just listen to nothing. All right. So this person, let me get here. So this was on December 3rd, 2022. FBI Special Agent M. Zashevsky. I don't know how you say that type of a name. And so that was an FBI special agent. And then Detective Sergeant Michael Van Leuven with Idaho State Police. They did the interview. The interview was at the Idaho State Police District 1 office in Coeur d'Alene. And this person was known to us as homicide victim Maddie M. Mogan's ex-boyfriend right here. Ex-boyfriend. So this person was 21 years old, and let's see. Oh, it says the city of Hayden, Idaho. And then it has Maddie listed as the victim. Okay, this is super short here. So that's all. There's 6 paragraphs of their summary of the interview. That doesn't take an hour and 15 minutes. So they are saying, as an ex-boyfriend of one of the victims, blank. Now, here's the thing. We believe this person's name is Jonathan Exeen, Exceen. I have not verified that for sure. Someone thought they found the initials for this report. So, and he goes by JT. So if we can, I have to say, I think we found some old photos of Maddie with her ex-boyfriend. So I might have more verification for this than I realize. So I'll be coming back in the future with other episodes about this, with what we find. Hey, Dago. Good to see you. Okay, so he was considered a person of interest. I called him and asked him to come into the office for an interview. He agreed and came directly. This call was audio recorded during the course of the interview. If this is JT, he was completely cooperative and friendly. And I think you'll hear that I didn't listen to the whole entire thing, but I did have to listen to, some of it. This person agreed to provide a DNA sample. So like I said, this was an elimination interview and it was a victimology interview. So they're asking a lot of background information about Maddie. They took his buccal swabs, and he consented to have his phone downloaded to review for its contents. And all of that was done during the interview. They give his telephone number. He signed a consent form. They transferred the buccal swabs and his phone and downloaded it to the MPD. To the Pullman system or to the Synology system. Is Accomplished Day in here? She'll love that. Hey, everybody joining in. Hello, hello. All right, so MPD has all of that. They scanned the consent form. They put the consent form on a disc with the audio recording. Okay, so they examined his arms and legs. They didn't observe any marks or cuts. They took photographs of his arms and hands and placed those on a disc. He said at the time of the homicides occurred that he was sleeping at his residence located. They probably give the address. The city is Hayden in Coeur d'Alene. He said that he had a roommate and he gave the roommate's name. I don't know if we'll be able to make that out or not. He said probably his roommate's telephone number. He gave that. He said he did not remember. This is important. He did not remember if his roommate was at the apartment that night. He said he had worked, and I don't know if it's like a third shift, second shift. It seems like something like that on November 12th in Coeur d'Alene. He said he went to lunch with his family and a roommate at some restaurant in Coeur d'Alene. The next day, he said he has this box is a friend. So some friend was the first person to tell him about the homicides. He was unclear what had happened at first, and you'll hear details about that in the interview. Because some people were saying that they had overdosed and others were saying they had been stabbed. He texted his friend who had known. Now, this is interesting. He texted his friend Blank, who had known Blank and Kaylee Gonsalves. So I believe it's one of Kaylee's friends. It's definitely not a victim. If this was Maddie or Xana, it wouldn't be blacked out. Asking about what had happened. And the person said it had happened and it was all real. And then he said it felt surreal. And he said he would have no idea or no clue who would have committed the homicides. Everything I just read to you is like in the first 10 minutes. And this is an hour and 15-minute interview. Yes, Dago, I saw that the hearing was set for June 3rd, 2027, something like that, for Brian's evidentiary hearing. Yes. All right, let's listen to this interview. Now, the bad thing about this is I don't have it on YouTube yet, so I can't do closed captioning. So we're just going to have to listen carefully. It will be playing as a premiere at 5 p.m. Eastern, so it gets on there without me stopping it and talking and stuff like that. All right, here we go. Wait, I gotta make sure it's sharing. It's not. I knew it. Let me get it up on the screen. There we go.
All right, it is Saturday, December 3rd, 2022 at 1:52 p.m. This is Mike Van Leuven with the State Police and with FBI, and we're here interviewing John. Is that how you pronounce your last name?
Yes, sir.
Okay. John, what is your address?
Yeah.
And the number I called you is a good number for you?
Yeah, it's my cell.
And is that your mom?
Yeah, it's my mom.
Okay. Okay, so there's two parts to this interview. One is the elimination interview, and then the second part is what we call victimology, where we're going to basically ask you to help us give information that you have about Maddie or the other people involved to sort of lead us down areas where we should look. So that's really the important part of this.
Okay.
I don't know if we can get all this done in an hour, so we may have to meet a second time.
Okay.
I know you got to work at a certain time.
Yeah.
You got to work at 3?
Yeah.
Okay. But it's not 250 right now. It's 150, right?
150. Yep.
Okay, so we got, what, an hour?
Give or take. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So let me read this to you and get the elimination part out of the way. So this is the Idaho State Police elimination interview statement. So the purpose of the elimination interview is to remove a subject from being considered a person of interest in a criminal investigation. This is accomplished through several means. Primarily, a person is eliminated due to providing a confirmable alibi. Secondarily, a person is eliminated through their cooperation with investigators. A person of interest is a subject that is based on their relationship to a victim and or their proximity in time and space to the occurrence of a crime. The reason. The elimination interview is also important in that it prevents the waste of time and resources by law enforcement. If we are investigating an innocent person, we are wasting our time. What we are asking you for, in addition to answering questions in a detailed, truthful, and sometimes lengthy manner, your cooperation with an elimination interview may also include submitting your electronic device for forensics examination, as well as allowing consent to search your vehicle and or residence. A DNA sample may also be requested. These requests may seem intrusive. They are, and we apologize for having to ask for this level of cooperation. However, in serious criminal cases where the identities of the perpetrator or perpetrators may not be known, it is necessary to our success in bringing justice and closure in these cases. Your consent.
Yes, I give consent.
Your consent. You must understand that you are not required to consent to participating in this elimination interview. You are here of your own free will and because of your desire to assist law enforcement in solving this crime. You, of course, may choose to terminate your consent and end this process at any time and leave. So do you get all that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess the first thing I'd ask you for, are you willing to participate in the elimination interview process?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like, I guess, first of all, would you allow me to get a DNA swab from the inside of your cheek?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do that first. So this is really painless. This is basically two long Q-tips, and I hold both of them at the same time in one hand, and then I just sort of rub the inside of your mouth on one side, and then I rub the inside of your mouth on the other side. It takes about 10 seconds.
Okay.
Do you always wear glasses?
No. I usually wear contacts, but I slept in them.
How long ago did you move?
Into my apartment?
Yeah.
I believe it was around end of October. So, yeah.
Okay. So this DNA sample does not get submitted to any database or anything like that. It's only used to test against other DNA samples that may have been recovered from the scene.
Okay.
So you're not going to be put in any government searchable database or anything like that. My fingers do not work with this tape today.
Okay.
Committed a faux pas with the evidence tape.
Need to cut that piece off. And
Well, can you separate the white from the tape up there in that corner where it's pulled away?
Right. Okay, so a couple things off the bat. I saw lots of questions. Jake Schreiger was Maddie's current boyfriend. They were still dating when she died. So this is an ex-boyfriend that lived back around her hometown that she was not dating anymore, had not dated in a long time. So to clear that up. And I don't know, I saw another question somewhere. Oh, did they do this with everybody? No, they I mean, this is showing me they went to like all the exes and all the people related to eliminate them. I mean, they had a list of people who were people of interest, and that's when they do the elimination interviews. Hey, Brian, it's so good to see you. Thank you for that. Oops, I lost my place. Hello, hello. Everybody tell Brian hi. We miss him.
Okay, second thing I would ask you for is, are you willing to let us forensically look at your telephone?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a guy who is not here right now, but he'll be here shortly, that can do that.
Okay.
But we may have to do that later, because if you guys need to work at a certain time.
Okay,
then,
yeah. And I need my phone for work.
You do that?
Yeah, I need my phone for work.
Okay.
He
Is
said
that where you're working now?
Yeah.
Okay.
needs his phone for work.
What's your work schedule look like?
So they have to redact the work schedule. All right. That's not too bad.
What's your roommate's name?
Work tomorrow.
We may have to pop the evidence tape. I would like, I guess, first of all, would you allow me to get a DNA swab from the inside of your cheek?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll do that first.
I was just trying to go through the redaction.
What's your work schedule look like?
And then after,
Was this on Sunday?
I'm pretty sure this was the day after it happened.
Monday?
Yeah, but on Sunday, I think I was just at my apartment.
I have a guy. So this DNA sample does not get submitted to any database or anything like that. It's only used to test against other DNA samples that may have been recovered from the scene.
Okay.
So you're not going to be put in any government searchable database or anything like that. My fingers do not work with this tape today.
You good?
Committed a faux pas with the evidence tape.
Need to cut that piece off and
Well, can you separate the white from the tape up there on that corner where it's pulled away?
there we go.
Okay, second thing I would ask you for is, are you willing to let us forensically look at your telephone?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a guy who is not here right now, but he'll be here shortly, that can do that.
Okay.
But we may have to do that later, because if you guys need to work at a certain time.
Okay,
then,
yeah. And I need my phone for work.
You do? What's that?
Yeah, I need my phone for work.
Okay.
Is that where you're working now?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your work schedule look like? What do you work tomorrow?
Tomorrow is 9 to 7.
Okay, let's talk about your alibi. Where were you when the crime occurred? Do you recall?
Well, I heard about it I was at my family, and I got a text from my roommate saying something happened in Moscow. And then after...
Was this on Sunday?
I'm pretty sure this was the day after it happened.
Monday?
Yeah, but on Sunday, I think I was just at my apartment. Yeah.
Okay, you said you have a roommate?
Yeah.
What's your roommate's name?
This guy spends a lot of time at WSU. He doesn't really go to the University of Idaho.
And what's his number?
You ready for it?
Yep. Okay, so, sorry, I'm a little discombobulated here. Just give me a sec.
So this is Maddie Mogan's ex-boyfriend, possibly from like high school, after high school. His name, we think, is Jonathan Exene. And, there was a question that you guys had that I wanted to answer. Oh, how did he not get the U of I text? I don't believe he was a student. He seems like he's just working, living in Hayden, Idaho, in Coeur d'Alene, and working. But you will hear him say who he goes to visit.
Okay, so the crimes actually occurred on the 13th, which was a Sunday.
Okay.
So where were you on early Sunday morning between 3 and 4 a.m.?
Between 3 and 4 a.m.?
On November the 13th.
Sleeping at my apartment.
And was he there at the time?
I don't remember.
Maybe.
Doesn't that sound like a let's listen to that again. Listen to the roommates. I think he's talking about the roommate.
Do you remember what you did that night before? Okay, so the crimes actually occurred on the 13th, which was a Sunday.
Okay.
So where were you on early Sunday morning between 3 and 4 a.m.?
Between 3 and 4 a.m.?
On November the 13th.
Sleeping at my apartment.
And was he there at the time?
I don't remember.
Okay, so the crimes actually occurred on the 13th, which was a Sunday.
Okay.
So where were you on early Sunday morning between 3 and 4 a.m.?
Between 3 and 4 a.m.?
On November the 13th.
Sleeping at my apartment.
And was he there at the time?
I don't remember.
So if you're going to name somebody and you say, this or that, like with me, someone might say, was Kimberly or Kim there? Right? Because people might call me two different things. That's what it sounds like.
Do you remember what you did that night before? Like if you looked at your phone, could you refresh your memory? Sometimes people like call or text or whatever. I can remember what I was doing.
I'll look at the text. I don't really think I was doing anything. I probably just got off work. I'm just gonna pretty far back in my text. But I'm pretty sure I just got off work.
From or from?
I haven't worked at in a long time.
Oh, I thought you said you were at.
I was at having lunch with my family.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that was Monday?
Yeah, that was the day after.
That's huge, you guys. So think about that. Good catch. Good catch. This is on December 3rd. December 3rd. And they're still asking about between 3 and 4 a.m. Not after 4, between 3 and 4. Good catch.
And who notified you of it on the 14th? And what did that? How did that go?
Well, it was really surreal. And how did he tell me, or how did
how'd you tell you?
over the phone? Well, he texted me when I was at like something happened in Moscow, but nobody really knew what was going on. And then I got back to the apartment, and then that's when he told me. And he was like, people were saying that they overdosed, people were saying that they got stabbed, and people were saying a whole bunch of stuff. So,
okay.
Yeah.
And so, how'd that make you feel?
Well, I didn't really believe it, and I started texting other people on my friend group, because we used to be pretty good friends with Kaylee as well when I was dating her.
Okay, what's her last name? Do you have his number?
Yeah. Let's see.
Does he live here too? In
Yeah,
Coeur d'Alene?
he does.
Okay, so you're texting with Greg, and then how'd that go?
I texted him and I was like, did you hear what happened? And he's like, no. So I called him and I was like, a bunch of people are saying that like Kaylee and Maddie got like murdered. And he was like, no, they didn't believe me. And then he was really good friends with Jay. And I think he's still pretty good friends with Jay. I'm not really anymore. Boyfriend. And so he texted Jay, the text back, and he texted Jay's little brother, and Jay just basically told him that it was all real, and then told me that Jay said that, and that's when I kind of like said, and like, I guess it really happened. And, so I was heartbroken. I mean, I started crying and didn't really know how to feel. Still feels kind of surreal.
Okay. So you were here at the time of the murder. Okay, you provided DNA. You're cooperating. Do you have any cuts on your hands or your arms or body or anything? Can you take your jacket off for us?
Yeah.
Let's look at your arms.
You're pretty tall. How tall are you?
Ooh. Do you have bushy eyebrows? So he's tall.
I'm just going to take a picture of your arms and hands. Okay, other way. Okay.
He's
Okay,
tall.
thank you.
Interesting, right?
Well, where'd you go to high school?
Where'd you go to high school? Probably the same one as Kaylee and Maddie.
Did you move?
Huh?
Did you guys move?
I tr-
Did you guys move? Yeah, so we could request this guy's photos. I don't think you can belong to a frat if you're not going to the university. I'm not sure about that. Unless, like in Pennsylvania, where the fraternity wasn't associated with a school. I don't even understand that. That's wild. This should be, I got the original interview here, so I don't know how anybody else could have posted this. Right?
All right. So, looking at this now, how a little bit of time has gone by. When you think about this happening, you know, who or what do you think happened? Who did this? Do you think?
I would have no idea.
No idea.
No clue.
When was the last time you talked to Maddie?
I saw her at which is like a country music festival, like a year, I think it was 2 years ago. But she was like really drunk, and I was really drunk, so I don't really remember it much. And then I think
You said 2 years ago? Is that like a summertime thing?
yeah, it was in the summer. And then she was in I don't remember how long ago. I want to say like a year and a half maybe. And then she like called me on my phone and was just like asking if I remember when we went to Hawaii and stuff. But we just talked for a little bit. And then,
You were here and she was in Mexico and she called you?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Maddie, so listen to this scenario he's describing. He's saying, Maddie's on vacation in Cabo. We never talk. We have been broken up for years. The only time we see each other is if we just miraculously run into each other at like a country concert. Okay. But Maddie called him from Cabo. Yes, it could be a drunk phone call, but could it also be for something else? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could see, I think it's more likely you're going to drunk call somebody that's like within your circle that you're communicating with. I think it's highly unlikely to call somebody out of the blue that you haven't spoke to in 2 years. Like you're on vacation and this dude just popped into her head. Oh, I'm in Mexico. Let me call this guy back in Hayden, Idaho that I haven't talked to in 2 years. Let me see what he's up to right now. That's not logical to me. Especially if she was like kind of flirting and hooking up with Connor Chestnut on that trip. That's the trip that she kissed Connor Chestnut. So you know what it's like when you're on a vacation. You're like doing this, doing that. They're partying. I don't know. It does seem like out of nowhere. That's weird to me.
And that was when?
I think it was like, I don't know, a year and a half ago. Maybe a year.
How about since then?
No, we haven't talked since then.
Any like random?
I thought that trip, I could be wrong, but I thought that Cabo trip was in the spring of 2022. Didn't it just happen in the spring, or was it it was either the spring of 21 or the spring of 22? I'll have to look for that.
Texts or just random missed calls or anything like that from her that you?
Not that I can think of. When I After I heard that, when I was at with my family and my roommate texted me that something happened in Moscow, I texted her. I DM'd her on Instagram, and I was like, I don't know what's happening, but are you okay? But yeah, that's all I can think of.
So I'm just going to ask you these questions.
All right. Mike has evidence to the contrary. Mike has real life experience. Yeah, I'm not ruling it out. I'm not ruling it out.
And I don't mean to offend you, but this information has sort of come up, and I need your side of it, or I need you to tell me what the truth is.
Okay.
So there's some discussion text-wise, and maybe it was, I don't know if it was Instagram or how they communicated, but it was between Kaylee and Maddie. I apologize for my coughing. I can't stop.
It's fine, I got a little cold.
There was some text communications about a year ago between Maddie and Kaylee.
This part right here got me. Okay, listen to this. I don't know when I back this up, how far does it go? Will it back up? Wait. Let me see. It's not. What is this doing? Right here. Sorry, hold on.
After I heard that in Moscow, I texted her. I DM'd her on Instagram, and I was like, I don't know what's happening, but are you okay?
We heard that already, right? I want before it goes silent.
Text-wise, and maybe it was, I don't know if it was Instagram or how they communicated, but it was between Kaylee and Maddie.
1750 something.
Text-wise, and maybe it was, I don't know if it was Instagram or how they communicated, but it was between Kaylee and Maddie. I apologize for my coughing. I can't stop.
It's fine, I got a little cold.
There was some text communications about a year ago between Maddie and Kaylee.
Why? This is one of those interviews where I don't know how much information we're going to get as far as answers from this kid, from this guy, but the questions that these investigators are asking, why are they asking about text communication on either Instagram or something like that between Maddie and Kaylee, and they think he has the information, like he knows about it? This is telling. And of course, the answer is redacted, but they're asking about Kaylee and Maddie's text messages from a year prior. And not really phone texts, but social media messages, like Instagram messages. Or I think you said Snapchats. I think this is a long redaction. So this guy must know something. He must know something. Yeah, was it when they weren't talking, right, Dago? If there was this, was there something? That's what I think, Mike. That's what I think, Mike. I think Cabo has to do with the word that Mike just put in the chat. And I think this has to do with it. This guy might know something to do with it. You got it, Brian. You know. She went on a family trip to Hawaii, and I believe this guy went. There are photos. Kaylee took Jack, and Maddie took her boyfriend, and we think this is the boyfriend she took. They were in high school. That's kind of crazy, taking your boyfriends in high school. I mean, I guess if they were seniors, I don't know how old they were. Maddie went on a ton of family trips with the Gonsalveses, a ton. They took his DNA. They have it. This is a long redaction. Let me see where are we at? We're at, okay. They unredacted it so we could hear him say, Who knows, Texas? Who knows?
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff like that. When you would go down to Moscow, who would you stay with, or who would you hang out with?
My friends. And
Okay, so this is how I listen to these interviews. I pay attention to the last question they asked. The last question they asked was about communication between Maddie and Kaylee the year before. And then when they come back on for the next thing we're allowed to hear, they're like, so when you go to Idaho, where do you go? How often do you go to Idaho? So now all of a sudden we're back talking about what's going on in Idaho.
Help me again.
Yeah, and then
Moscow, sorry.
How do you spell?
He's in Idaho. How often do you go to Moscow? I don't live there. I think of the state. Why is he going to Moscow? Thank you, Dago.
yeah, we've been friends since
Right.
middle school.
What was his last name?
Brooks.
How long do you think it would take to download?
Okay. First of all, I haven't heard this part here. We're 21 minutes in. It sounds like multiple questions at once. Where's my, here it is. As soon as this comes on, listen.
Yeah.
That's a lot of stuff like that. When you would go down to Moscow, who would you stay with, or who would you hang out with?
My friends. And
L and M. It sounded.
Help me again.
Yeah.
M.
How do you spell?
An L, an M, and maybe a K.
Yeah, we've been friends since
Right.
middle school.
What was his last name?
Brooks.
How long do you think it would take to download?
Brox.
Yes.
Probably half hour to 40 minutes.
We have half an hour. Okay, hang on. I'll bring it. Stand by. Thanks. Bye. Okay. Is it okay if we take a forensic download of your phone?
Yeah.
Your birth consent form?
Yeah.
Am I gonna have my phone for? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need it to deliver, like we can't keep. It's gonna be hard to do without that.
Have to get a map or something.
What is number? Do you have that?
Oh, does he is he an Uber driver or something? Whatever his job is, he needs his phone to show him where to go, because he said, well, I have my phone for the afternoon. They said yes. And he said, okay, because it would be kind of hard. Or the cop said, yeah, it'd be kind of hard to do your job without it. And then he said, well, I could just use a map or something. So is he a delivery driver or something like that? And I thought we found photos. We found photos of someone on Facebook with his name who worked at a car dealership. But I don't know if it's the same guy. But it doesn't sound like he's working at a car dealership now or to win this interview. Maybe now he is, but back then he wasn't.
Then we're gonna have to stop asking you for phone numbers because you won't have access to it. And as well, if you would.
good question right there.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, if you could, just write your name and sign your name on the line above where I just did.
Okay.
Okay, so is your phone unlocked?
It is not.
What is your phone number? What's the password? So you understand you can choose to revoke your consent whenever you want to, and I'll go down there and tell them to stop, and I'll bring your phone back to you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Angie.
We'll wait for him to come back.
So they're waiting for him to come back. Wait, this skips ahead too much. 24, 30. Oh, yeah. This is like jumping ahead a whole minute. Why is it doing that? I have to scrub it myself. Still redacted. Still redacted. So they just took his phone. They're not talking to him? And they told him he could change his mind? We're going on 2 minutes of redactions. 3. Almost 3 minutes. There's those papers shuffling. This is crazy.
Okay, so Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, and Ethan. You knew Kaylee and you knew Maddie?
Yeah, and I kind of knew Xana a little bit, but I'd never talked to her before.
How did you know Xana?
Just, I've heard people post her on Instagram, I heard people talk about her.
Have you ever met her? Or spent any time with her, talked to
I
her?
may have seen her at a party one time, but I don't think I've ever talked to her, no.
So he knows about Xana from people talking about her social media. Because remember, Xana was from the same area as Kaylee and Maddie, but not the same high school, probably like 15, 20 minutes down the road, if that. So they did end up at the same types of parties. He's saying, I heard of Xana from social media, and then he met her at a party. Okay. And again, you guys, 229 watching. And let me see the current total, 113 likes. Please take one moment and hit that like button for me.
Okay. How many times have you gone down to U of I to Moscow to attend a party?
Probably twice, but I have a lot of friends that go to WSU, and I've been down there since they've been there probably like 10 times.
So it'd be more common for you to go to Pullman than to
Yeah.
Moscow to hang out with folks.
Yeah.
Did any of the people that you have gone and hung out with at WSU go to U of I that would have known Kaylee or Maddie and partied with them? Separation there
Yeah.
between those two groups.
Yeah, because I was friends with Kaylee and Maddie.
So I'm going to have to listen to this multiple times like we always do. But now I'm starting to think maybe he was a college student. I don't know, because he said, since I've started going there. The way he worded it was, I was like, oh, since you started going where? And he said he went 2 times to Moscow, but 10 times to WSU. Does he attend some other like local community college or something? I don't know. I'm just speculating. But he's saying the people at WSU do not know. His friends at WSU don't know Kaylee and Maddie. And we're redacted again. It's 28:55. It's another 2.5 minutes of redactions.
So let's talk first about, let's dive into the victimology here a little bit. Let's talk about Maddie first.
Good question. Okay, so this is a good question. Hello, May. Because I put in a records request. Like all of these videos are available for people to watch because the creators, the ones I know of, are on YouTube here, like Accomplished Day, Connor, Christie's Chaos, Jules, Outcasts, Logan, Bronx Tales, Truth and Transparency. Like everybody that's been asking for these videos, the reason the public are getting to see them is because they paid for them and they're charging tons of money. So make sure, that's why make sure you're supporting all of those creators that have all these videos and interviews, because they do cost. They cost. And we're starting to post, some people have been doing it all along, the receipt you get, the invoice, to show the breakdown so that we're transparent and we're not scamming anybody for money.
So the reasons why people murder other people are generally have something to do with jealousy or rage or lust or money. There's usually some powerful motive behind that. We don't know for sure who the target was here. So the target may have been Maddie. The target may have been Kaylee. It may have been one of the others. But let's imagine, for the purposes of this conversation, that Maddie's the target of this. Can you think of any ex-boyfriends or men in general that may have been rejected by Maddie, that may have wanted to seek some revenge on her for rejection or something like that? Is there any male that you think of that is capable of this that was in her sphere?
No, I didn't really. I mean, I don't really know who her sphere. I never really hung out with anyone that she's friends with right now, except for like Kaylee.
Are you aware if she ever complained of having someone stalking her or anything like that?
No, I don't think she ever said anything like that. I know that she had a boyfriend before, and I know that sometimes he would try to talk to her.
What's his name?
That was an L. Okay. So now he's talking about another ex-boyfriend of Maddie. If you remember, one of the very first, because it was on body cam. So there was body cam footage that came out right away. It's probably on Truth and Transparency's channel, I think. And they were interviewing Matt Moy and everybody at his house, all of his roommates. And their sister, Madison Moye, however you say their last name, the brother said that Madison Moye's ex-boyfriend was also Maddie's ex-boyfriend. So I'm just curious here if that's who he's talking about. And to me, it sounded like an L. Anybody else catch a sound. 32. Do right there. Oh, I was right at it. I got to go a little bit.
That may have wanted to seek some revenge on her for rejection or something like that. Is there any male that you think of that is capable of this that was in her sphere?
No, I didn't really. I mean, I don't really know what her sphere. I never really hung out with anyone that she's friends with right now, except for like Kaylee.
Are you aware if she ever complained of having someone stalking her or anything like that?
No, I don't think she ever said anything like that. I know that she had a boyfriend before, and I know that sometimes he would try to talk to her.
What's his name?
I think it's a boyfriend before Jake. That's what I heard too. That's what I heard too.
Well, they just asked if there's any ex-boyfriends, and I think that's the only one she had.
Or was there an incident where she kind of complained about him or made a comment like, he creeps me out, or he's weird, or he's ever got violent or anything like that?
No. I think he saw her while she was working one time and came up and talked to her. But
in high school or in college?
In high school.
Where did she work in high school?
She worked at too.
Okay, anybody there took a particular interest in her that creeped her out?
No. Was she ever involved in an incident where somebody got hurt or embarrassed or, might have blamed her for some bad experience that happened to them? I don't think so.
Ever involved in an accident where someone was killed or badly hurt, anything like that?
No. Okay. I don't think so.
Did she have any problems, anything interesting about her when it comes to money? Did she have money that wasn't explained, or did she need money or was obsessed with money?
No, I mean, when I dated her, she always just worked and never, yeah.
Did she gamble?
We went to the casino one time, but I don't think she was gambling a lot.
Spend money she didn't have, like was she in debt? Did she borrow money or owe anybody money?
No.
Nothing like that.
No, I was dating her.
Okay. You have to be 21. Wait a minute. I go to the casino all the time, but I don't know what the underage thing is. I know if you're not 21, no, because my daughter is, and she still has to get a band on. If he dated her in high school, 21 to gamble, but how old to get into the casino? So if he's saying they went gambling, she was 21 years old, which was more recent than what he's saying he actually saw her. Right? You have to be 21 to gamble. If you're 18, can you go into a casino? I think you can be. I think it's 21. I think it's different. Like some might be, but whatever it is, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and debate that for an hour, but it's interesting. Just note that, right? Just note that.
Pretty financially responsible, you said.
Yeah.
Okay. Drugs. Did you know her to use drugs?
No, she did not.
What about just like Adderall, Xanax? No. Cocaine?
No, she didn't even smoke. I mean, she smoked weed sometimes in high school, but not a lot at all.
Did she vape?
Yeah.
So, you know, that's not like the main focus is the drug thing.
Yeah.
Don't really care about that. The big concern is if there's somebody that might have been in the drug game that might have had more of a target against them or something like that. So if she did use it, again, not a big deal.
Yeah.
If you know people in that house or circle of friends that did, not a big deal. We're looking at everybody that could have possibly had access to them and maybe a grudge. So again,
Or maybe a drug dealer did
people
this.
like to pull back and don't talk about drugs. We don't care about drugs. Obviously, don't care about it. So if they didn't, friends didn't, doesn't matter. But if there's somebody linked to that you can think of, that's kind of where we want to go with that. So is that?
No, I mean, I don't really know any of the people that she hangs out with or that she did hang out with.
Okay.
Yeah, but when I was around her and with her, she never did drugs.
Okay.
We didn't really hang around anyone that did drugs. So.
Did she have any problems with anybody in her family?
No.
So whatever he's saying about her family right now, we can't hear. I'm not for sure. I'm assuming.
How about weapons? Did she ever have any weapons?
No.
So this has been in the press.
Okay, so that's interesting because a lot of people think, I know Dago has said this a lot, that did Maddie have that knife, that K-bar as protection somewhere in the room near her? Was it given to her? You know, that's something I've heard people talk about. And they're asking, would Maddie be one to have a weapon?
Press. So this isn't, I'm not showing you anything secret here, but I'm just curious if you've ever, if you own a knife that looks like this, or if you know anybody that does own a knife that looks like this, just because it's kind of unique.
No.
You've never owned a knife that looks like this, and you don't know anybody that owns a knife like that. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
You ever seen a knife like that before?
I don't know. I mean,
You have any friends or family in the military, anything like that?
They're just showing that knife around to everybody. Do you have family in the military? Clearly, there's an answer for that. It's redacted. If he knew about Maddie's stepmom and dad and those issues, I don't think it wasn't redacted long enough.
So this is the house where the homicides occur. Have you been to that house before?
no, I don't think so.
Okay. Last year, Kaylee lived over here in what they call the Whites apartments.
Okay.
Have you ever been over there to a party or anything?
Yeah, I have been there one time.
You've been here?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Sigma Chi. Have you ever been there?
No.
No. So you never.
Well, actually, I have been there because when I went to Rush Week at U of I,
Yeah.
I went there and toured that house.
Okay. You ever been to this house?
He did go to U of I. He did go to U of I. He rushed. He rushed. He's showing him pictures of Sigma. So wait, this is so wild. So if he was 21 when they talked to him, it was 3 years prior, would have been a freshman year, right? Maddie was in her 3rd year of college. He would have rushed probably then. So in 3 years, he's like, oh no, I've never been to Sigma Chi. Oh yeah, I was there when I rushed.
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So you just been to the.
Oh my gosh. Was he a Delt that got kicked? But see, that was Xana's. We're looking for Xana's ex. That's a Delt that got kicked out. We got to look at this guy. Was he a Delt and got kicked out? Because we are looking for the Delt that got kicked out that was the biggest supplier of blank to the university. Okay.
White's apartments
Yeah.
at some point in the past for a party.
Yeah.
Do you remember whose apartment you were there at?
No. I mean, I remember that there would always just be like a bunch of apartment parties there, so people would just go there and kind of go around all of them. So that's what we were doing.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, what kind of a student was Maddie?
She was a good student. I'm pretty sure in high school, at least, pretty sure she got mostly A's.
Do you know what she was studying in college?
I do not.
Was she religious?
Okay, there either this got cut out, but they were just starting to make a connection with him being at the university at some point, and we're not hearing any questions about what years did you attend the University of Idaho? Did you were you in a fraternity? What fraternity were you in? We're not hearing any of those kinds of questions. So I'm wondering if it's cut out, because then all of a sudden it seems like they're going to the victimology. What kind of student was Maddie? Unless they're going to go back and forth. That's a tactic too, I guess.
Did she have any particular hobbies?
Not really. I don't think so.
Did she play intramural sports or anything like that in college?
I don't know if she did or not. I don't think she would.
Who would you say her best friend is?
Probably Kaylee.
Who was her second best friend?
Redacted. How would he know if he says he never sees her? It's quite interesting. I don't know her, but I have answers for all of these questions. Not that he doesn't know her, but I haven't seen her. You know, I've only ran into her a couple times over the past couple years. Thank you, Jen. Silver Star. Thank you. I just wanted to take a moment and say hello to everybody who is watching and listening. Thank you for joining me to go over this interview. And I hope you will hit that subscribe button so you can get notified for other shows. I definitely cover the Idaho 4 case and other true crime cases. Just wanted to say hi to everybody real quick. All right, this
Your phone.
Yes, I think.
Any boys around this circle that were problematic? What I want you to do when I'm asking you all these questions about Kaylee and Maddie, I want you to think, is there some guy out there that's capable of this? That's crazy, that's violent, that's, it's just somebody that like was attached that could have done this. That's kind of what we're looking for. So
you're welcome.
I mean, nobody really comes to mind that was around, that was violent and erratic or anything like that.
Would anybody say that about you?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, let's move to Kaylee. Same questions. Any problems with men? Any stalking? Stuff like that?
No.
How well would you say you knew her?
Kaylee?
Yeah.
Well, her and Maddie were best friends, and I was really good I was best friends with Jack, so we kind of just all like hung out all the time. We went to college together.
Who went to college
best
together?
friends with Jack?
Yeah.
You call him best friend?
Listen, this sounds like editing messed up. He said he was best friends with Jack Decor. So imagine that. Kaylee's dating Jack. Maddie's her best friend. Maddie gets with Jack's best friend. Totally makes sense. Happens all the time. Then I'm going to back this up. This is what I want you to listen to. It sounds like they say, and he said, and then we went to blank together. And I thought it was going to sound like college together. And then you hear an officer jump in, and I'm like, is he saying Cabo? So maybe it was a family Cabo trip. I don't know. Let's listen. I'm going to back it up. 42-19, 41-19. Okay.
It's violent. It's, it's just somebody that like was attached that could have done this. That's kind of what we're looking for. So,
I mean, nobody really comes to mind that was around, that was violent and erratic or anything like that.
Would anybody say that about you?
No, I don't think so.
okay, let's move to Kaylee. Same questions. Any problems with men? Any stalking? Stuff like that?
No.
How well would you say you knew her?
Kaylee?
Yeah.
Well, her and Maddie were best friends, and I was I was best friends with Jack. So we kind of just all like hung out all the time. We went to college together.
Who went to
you were
college
best
together?
friends with Jack?
Yeah.
You call him best friend?
Yeah.
Definitely. Those cops almost jumped out of their seats. Cabo? You went to Cabo together? They were both asking questions at the same time. See how long this is going to be redacted. Now, I'm wondering, like, is he explaining they went with Kaylee's parents? Was this a family trip that they went on? There's another Cabo trip that was a Greek life trip. And there were fraternities that went and there were sororities.
Obviously, we've looked at Jack because of his long-term relationship with Kaylee and their recent breakup.
I didn't know they recently broke up.
You did not know that they recently broke
I did
up.
not know that.
Okay. Do you think that this is something that Jack is capable of?
No.
Does he have any anger issues or violent tendencies that you know of?
No.
How come you're not still best friends with Jack?
Well, I kind of just like branched off from that. They all went to U of I and like joined sororities and frats, so I kind of just drifted apart. And I moved schools, so yeah.
Did you go to? I think I saw one of the printouts in social media. You'd gone to.
I went to.
Did you go to?
No,
Yes, you didn't do that?
I did not go to.
Is Gonzaga out there? Is that where Gonzaga University is? Because I swear I was Googling and I saw something about that. But they're asking about a university. This is interesting.
Maybe it's a different child.
Yeah, maybe it's not you.
Well, obviously, if you didn't go to. It's not him.
Oh, this isn't all, and then you should see the piles of paper we have on everybody. That's not you?
That is me, but I was like 12 in this.
I did notice the difference in the appearance there.
Yeah, I don't even use Facebook anymore, so
Was that
I guess
Was this just aspirational for you at that point? You
Yeah.
wanted to go to.
I'm sure that's what it was going on.
What year, how old did you were in that picture?
I think I was like 12 or 13 in that picture. Yeah. I'm my best there, so.
You don't use Facebook anymore? When's the last time you think you were on Facebook?
So he definitely had pictures of a university that they are asking him about if he attended, or a college.
I made when I was younger.
Back to Kaylee.
saying
Kaylee
no.
have any other boyfriends that you know about?
I know that she dated.
Kaylee dated who? He knows about somebody. He knows an awful lot for not being around for 2 years is all I'm going to say. Hi, 1-1.
Where is he now?
I'm pretty sure he still lives here. Yeah. What time is it?
It is 2:36.
What time do you need to leave by to get to work on time?
Well, I did not bring my change of clothes.
Okay. So they just asked if Kaylee had any other exes. Okay. So supposedly Kaylee's been with Jack Decor for 6 years or something, right? Yes, on and off. But how seriously can you date someone else when you have a steady boyfriend of 6 years and you're just on and off? But he had an answer. It sounds like he named somebody, and it sounded like he said that person was still in this area. The cops asked, is he still in this area? And I think he said yes.
So,
You got to go home? You got to go back to your apartment to change? So you probably need to wrap this up pretty quick.
yeah, I mean, I could be a little late. I'm sure they'll understand.
Okay,
Well, we could say if you want to give them a call, but we have your phone.
yeah, let's just push through for a few more minutes, and then if we have to ask you back, will you come back and talk to us again?
Yeah.
Okay. Did Kaylee have any problems with money?
No. Don't think so.
How about family? Anybody in her family?
No. Family was always pretty close.
How about drugs?
No. Yeah, she did not do any drugs.
Any incident that she was ever involved with where somebody got hurt or embarrassed? Car accident, fatality, anything major happened in her life that she was a part of?
Not that I could think of, no.
Where did she work in high school?
I think it's not Facebook.
In high school?
Yeah.
Did she ever complain about anybody at work or any problems with anybody or customers that were infatuated with her or anything like that?
No, not reoccurring occurrences. She always talk about just creepy old men staring at her and stuff, but nothing else.
Even he knows about the stalker staring at her story. Oh my gosh. That got spread far and wide.
You have what kind of car do you have? What kind of car does your mom have?
I don't know what year it is.
Do you have access to any other cars?
Car. So I guess that one.
What kind of car does Joe drive?
I don't know what kind of car it is.
Okay.
But he's getting a new one.
Does he have access to other cars? Does he have a girlfriend or anything like that?
Yeah, it's a girl that he's talking to right now.
What's she drive?
I'm not sure.
That must have been about his roommate. You're right, Brian.
If you want to keep going with victimology and wrap that up, I'm going to go check with Ryan and see if he's done with his phone.
So he says he's got the same series of questions and kind of applying them to who you knew. And you said that you did know Xana. How well did you know Xana?
Not well at all.
But you maybe encountered her at a party?
I think I saw her from like a distance at a party. I've never.
So you don't really know anything personal about her?
No, I've never talked to her.
Okay. How about her sister?
She,
Oh, he must know something about Jasmine, Xana's sister.
You guys like friends on social media, anything like that?
we follow each other on Instagram, but that's
Okay.
about it.
She wouldn't share anything with you or talk to you about personal stuff or describe life events and anything like that?
No, I haven't talked to each other. I don't know how long.
What social media platforms do you use the most? When you talked about being friends with Kaylee, any tension between you two?
And
They are really trying with him, right? Hi, Dory. I have not heard a question about anything that would hint at OnlyFans yet. No, I have not heard that. Oh, this is redacted so long, I forget. Oh, tension. He asked about tension between you and Kaylee. They were talking about Kaylee. And this has been a long redaction. Hi, Brian Todd. Let's see how long it's going to be redacted.
Like, do you know any other? Call me sir. I turn around and look at my dad.
Oh, I know. You only got it right. Okay.
It's coming on in a couple seconds. Oh my God, Jen, I would love that. We need to write an Eminem style diss track. We can do it.
Okay. Did you know Ethan at all?
No,
Okay. You never even met him?
no.
Because he's about your height, man. You guys could have balled out and had some good one-on-one games.
I never met him or talked to him or anything.
Okay.
So he's Ethan's height.
Back to you, sir.
Call me sir. I turn around and look at my dad.
Oh, I know. You only got it by a year, though. So, you know.
Any other jobs that Kaylee had that you knew of besides? Like, do you know if she worked in college? Where she worked?
I don't know if she had a job in college or anything.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else. I think she worked at for like 2 weeks or something.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't remember anything else.
Oh, teaching? She worked in teaching for 2 weeks.
She's
How
got a
would he
thing
know
for Italian
that?
food.
I think she worked in teaching for 2 weeks. Is that what he just said? How would he know that? Like I just feel like at the beginning he made it seem like, yes, I was Maddie's boyfriend. We went to high school together. We all grew up together. We were all best friends, but I just haven't been around. I'm not in their circle, is what he said. He said, I'm not even in their circle, but he knows a lot.
Yeah.
Italian food industry.
Well, actually, I really don't like pasta that much. I know everyone loves pasta, but yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of happened that way, I guess.
Well, so you got me thinking about right. So doing something right. I don't know about.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was a restaurant she worked at for 2 weeks.
Any overlap with friends and stuff that he's asked you about the victimology, about things that they might have known. Anybody that maybe had an overlap on both of them, that was either their friend or maybe on social media stuff that they ever shared with you?
What do you mean?
So he's asking, like, individually, was there anybody that's stalking Kaylee or anybody that someone, at Maddie's work? Was there anybody that they had a shared relationship with that they both, had said, like, yeah, that dude's weird. I don't like when he comes around?
Not that I can think of. Yeah, that comes to mind.
No pasta puzzle for you.
Kaylee have any particular hobbies or played sports or anything like that?
Well, I can't really think of. I know she just worked a lot.
You guys are funny.
I'd always hear about her getting her lashes done and stuff.
Get those lashes done, girl.
Not really
How does he know
How
this?
about online activities? Anything?
I know they both were on Instagram and Snapchat a lot. So.
Any other social media stuff like that?
No.
Gaming stuff. Like, are you a gamer? Do they game at all?
How about stuff like dating sites like Tinder or something like that?
Did they have them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How about like OnlyFans kind of stuff?
I don't think either of them have one of those.
If they did, would they tell you?
No.
Probably not.
No. Not now. If they had one back when they were dating, maybe, but they would. I don't really talk to them at all.
Is that a thing with kids up here? I mean, I know it's a thing that's picking up, and I don't know much about it, but I know that is it common for people your age to have an OnlyFans account? Do you know people that personally have them?
I can think of I know that have them.
Is there good money in it?
I don't know. I'm assuming so.
What's the primary way that, if you know, what's the primary way that Kaylee and Maddie communicated?
I don't know, but I'm assuming text.
Like standard text?
He's the first person to admit that, yes, there are college students using OnlyFans. He said he didn't know how how common it is, but it sounds like he knows more than one person. It sounds like he knows a number of people that had OnlyFans. Look at Accomplished Days comment. I'm telling you, I knew we were going to figure this out. I knew it. As I've been listening to this, I don't know how long you've been listening, Accomplished, but when they said this person, I was like, if he was a Delt, I'm like, he's probably the ex-Delt or whatever. Oh my gosh. It definitely sounded like Logan to me. Like, you have to go back and listen to it. So you are saying Logan, there's a Logan Amick who was a Delt and lived at 614 Ash Street. If you guys don't know the importance of 614 Ash Street, that deep dive is coming soon. It's a Delt outhouse, basically. It seemed, I always call it an outhouse, a live out, an outhouse. It's their live out. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm telling you, if later when you go back and listen to the beginning of this interview, he's like all super cooperative, and it's like that Leave It to Beaver character that I spoke about before, sweetest guy. And I don't really know them anymore. Yes, I dated Maddie, and then he knows everything. Wow.
Phone or text?
So Accomplished Day, did you get the fact that was Maddie's ex, Logan? Logan is another one of Maddie's exes. Here we go.
Through like snap messages or whatever.
Was there any? Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know.
Were there any communication apps, unusual ones that we should know about that they may have used, other than like the normal ones, Facebook, Instagram, any other weird messaging apps that they used, anything like that?
No.
Like Wicker or something like that. You want a Wicker? Okay.
What's that one they were talking about where you can talk within so many miles of where you are?
Yeah, I was thinking of the name, but I don't know the name. But I was thinking that when you were asking the question. There's so many new ones out there. It sounds like TikTok, I think, right? But it's a bit like Frick Frack or something like that. Is that
Frick
Yeah.
frack.
Like WhatsApp?
Frick
No.
frack.
It's like a local one where you can. Yeah, I don't know. If you don't know what them,
Yeah.
we're never going to figure it out.
When you send a message out, it goes to everybody that's within a certain radius of where you are, whether you know them or not.
And it disappears like a short period
That's
after.
kind of
Like,
creepy.
Okay.
so no, don't know that one.
I do not.
Okay.
Your phone is not done, but thinks it's going to be done any minute. So you got to tell me when you got to go.
Okay.
So when you got to pull the cord here, then I'll go.
It's 2:48 right now.
Okay. I should probably go soon.
You tell me.
He's like, I gotta go
Okay,
right
I
now.
gotta
When,
Gotta
when is a good time to get you back in here?
go.
Oh, there's
Any
more.
Wednesday or Thursday. I don't have my schedule for next week until Sunday. So
You said you work
Part
tomorrow from
two?
9 to 7.
yeah.
Okay. It's your schedule. So
Would it help if I wrote you a note for your employer saying he was helping us with a case we're working on? That's why he's late.
Yeah, probably.
we just called out
Dude,
now.
call your boss.
and is your
You
manager?
want me to call doctor right now?
And say,
Say
yeah,
that you're helping us with a case.
yeah,
It shouldn't be too much longer,
yeah.
But and then we'll give you his card. And you can take the card so that it's not like your friend calling and saying, "Get my buddy out of class" type thing.
I appreciate
That's the
it.
kind of stuff we used to do, not the phone stuff that you guys have now.
What's the number?
I don't know the number off the top of my head.
While you're at it.
Yeah.
How may I help you?
Hi, my name is Mike Van Leuven. I am a sergeant with the Idaho State Police. And we are currently speaking with John, and he is helping us with an investigation that we're working on. And he's going to be a little bit late to work, and he didn't want to get in trouble.
Oh, all right, no problem. Thank you for letting me know.
I'll send my card with him to make sure that so you know I'm real.
Yeah, gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate that.
He shouldn't be too long. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Okay.
More trouble or less trouble?
Less trouble.
Okay.
Maybe more. I don't know. We'll see when I get there. I appreciate that, though. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate your time. So,
Yeah, no problem, guys.
So, this is a very strange crime that has occurred for this area and for these people. Do you have any thoughts on what might have happened or what might have caused this?
No, just completely out of the blue. I mean, never really expected something like this to happen to someone I know.
So I know we've asked you a lot of questions about the girls, but is there anything about their lives that is unusual that you don't think that we might not know about? Did they overcome some medical issue when they were younger? Were their families a victim of a crime? Did they take a trip somewhere unusual? Anything interesting or unusual that has happened to either one of them? Where did Maddie live when you went up to Moscow?
I don't know.
Don't know.
I'm assuming, I know she was in, I think was the name of her sorority, so I'm assuming there.
So the time when you went up, where was she living then?
I don't know.
you said Kaylee had, and you guys you got along, but it was like a brother-sister relationship, and she was protective of Maddie's relationship with you.
Yeah.
How, did that ever come to a head? Did she ever threaten you, like stay away from her, or I'll get my boys on you? Anything like that ever happen?
No.
Did you ever get confrontational about it? Like, I want to be with her, and she prevented you from hanging out with Maddie?
No.
That's
Kind of tuned it out.
So I'm just speculating here, and I know we think that might be a ridiculous question, but if you read into it, oh, I gotta turn. Sorry, I don't have my. I gotta turn my volume down. I'm watching chat on my phone. They were asking if Kaylee was protective, like if this guy was like I said, oh, I haven't, been around Maddie for 2 years, but he knows everything. He knows a lot, it seems like. So, what what my point is did the interviewers have information from someone else they spoke to, like other friends of Maddie's and Kaylee's, and kind of got the vibe or the information that hey, this guy could be kind of stalkerish, or there's some type of issue with this guy, and they're asking him, and this is a long redaction, so he's saying something about that. It's still, oh wait, I did pause it. It's not just still redacted. I did pause it. But those of you that are joining in late, so Maddie had an ex-boyfriend from high school. We think his name is Jonathan Exeen, Exeen, and goes by JT, and spent a lot of time at Washington State University, did attend the U of I believe it sounds like. What else I want to tell you about him? Yeah, her ex-boyfriend. Oh, he was best friends with Jack Decor. Like the four of them were like this tight, like two sets of best friends during high school. So I'm surprised at how much he knows.
Okay.
This redacting this isn't personal information. This is information. This is not what's supposed to be redacted. And then they unredact it for us to hear. Okay. No. All right. I'm at 106. There's about 9 more minutes left.
Somebody else that
I just skipped forward a little bit. I can't wait until they get flat out busted for these over redactions and overcharging. This was how much did I say the total was for this? $205 interview. $205 interview, you guys. The invoice for this is posted on my community page.
Did she ever give you another story about somebody else that had happened with, or had you heard of one of those type of instances with Kaylee? Kaylee and Jack have been kind of off and on. They recently broke up, right? Are you aware of any time period where they broke up where one of them was with somebody else and then somebody got mad about finally they found out?
Thank you, Jen.
Because we're an hour into this, and you just told us the name of somebody who slept with Maddie. And we need to know everybody who had a relationship like that, or an intimate relationship with either one of these girls.
I'm sorry, I just forgot about
No, don't be sorry. This is the kind of stuff that we don't know who did this. So we got to look at anybody who was connected to them. And
you challenged her in that conversation. I think you kind of challenged her, like, and I think you were kind of busting her balls a little bit, but you were kind of like, I'm tired of running into people.
Thank you very much for those of you that are sending donations in PayPal or Venmo. $60 in Venmo. Thank you, Jen. Jen 7S. And I got to check PayPal. I will check that and give you guys so much appreciation. Thank you. Thank you so much, you guys.
Who else can you tell us that she had intimate relationships with?
I know.
The guy sounds a little frazzled now. I think they're grilling him now, like about relationship.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't can't think of anyone else.
Okay.
I don't think.
And I'm not trying to be crude. That's just kind of how I talk, right? And you had talked about too,
They're being crude.
like those are other relationships that somebody else could have felt like really slighted. And when the way we look at it is like, so say she hooked up with a dude at a party. He thought there's more to it. She's like, no, it was just a one-time thing. It was whatever. And then that dude happens to be like very invested in the potential of that relationship, right? And continues to watch her for years potentially. Anybody ever like that? Like that you can think of as like, okay, she had that relationship. Remember that she told me that that guy was in that frat and really was into her. And it was just a one-time thing for her. Anything like that?
No.
Same thing with anything like that.
No.
If you're looking and from the outside looking in at their relationships, how would you classify them? Would you call them pre-monogamous, or would you say more?
This is the second time I've heard a law enforcement officer say from the outside looking in. Wasn't there Facebook or Reddit or some user somewhere, 4chan, that had the outside looking in moniker, like their name? It's the second time I've heard a law enforcement officer say that. That's crazy.
Or on the promiscuous side?
For
either one, for Maddie and Katie, are they?
oh
It's the police saying, yeah,
They
it
sleep
is.
around.
Yeah.
no, because Kaylee was dating Joe for a long time. I don't really know how they were in college. But I know Maddie had a boyfriend.
Thanks, Brian.
So when he outlined like these are the main reasons that these types of violations happen, like when we see how those are the motivations we look at, and so that's probably one of the biggest ones. Like a guy that feels slighted by a girl that he's still attracted to, and he can't have her, so no one else will, right? So that's kind of one of the reasons, and that's why we ask the sex questions. They're always uncomfortable, but those are usually the best keys.
I mean, yeah, in this scenario where you've got these kids killed in this way, I mean, because you got to think, if you just look at it from the outside, it's like, oh my gosh, what a monster serial killer did this. How could anybody do this? But it didn't necessarily start that way. It maybe starts as he's going after one person, and it just ends up that he ends up killing 4 people, that he didn't mean to do that. So it could be something as minimal as what we're talking about here. A jealous ex-boyfriend or a guy that was infatuated, and it just turns into that.
I can't really think of no other names come to mind.
Okay.
And we went back and we kind of asked the question, and I'm about done, but the last time that you actually had an interaction or conversation with Maddie, you said was like almost 2 years ago? Or
Yes.
Was that, so that would be like in the middle of COVID time when things were shut down?
It was, I know it was 2, I'm pretty sure it was 2.
Oh my God, we should be able to hear this.
So you didn't talk to her earlier this year, like in March?
I think I might have texted her happy birthday but she didn't text back, and I don't remember.
Did she reach out to you with like a random one that you didn't? So if she had, would you have called her back?
I don't remember if she did. Okay. No, I don't think so. Probably not. Wouldn't have called her back.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Because is it because you're kind of done with it and you're gone?
Yeah.
Are you dating anybody now?
I should know this. I apologize. I don't. Is Maddie's birthday in March? I thought we have Maddie May Day. I thought she was a May birthday. Oh, Maddie May for her middle name. Sorry, duh. Redacted. I'm looking up her birthday right now. They're talking about communication with Maddie.
So you are in a relationship.
He's in a relationship. Yeah, her birthday's May 25th. So why would he text her in March for her birthday? Her birthday's May 25th.
That's good.
You ever have any feelings for Kaylee?
Tony Stevenson, you crack me up. Do you have any girl?
What are we not asking you? So if it's me, and I can only talk from my position, right? If it's me, obviously you did have a significant relationship with one, if not more, of the victims in this case. There's some trauma associated with that, right? And so there's some, like, not everybody has a close who gets really, in this case, brutally murdered, right? What are your feelings on that?
It's just surreal, sad. I don't know. I don't really know things. I don't really know how to feel.
Okay.
It's never, nothing like that's ever happened to me before. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to explain my feelings.
I would imagine. That's kind of why I asked. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
And so when you do these interviews, you tend to get very different responses from people that.
If she would love to talk at any time, I would love to talk to her, but I'm not going to bother parents, but they can definitely reach out. Hello there. Hi, Scully.
Have that close relationship or have had that relationship. So there's no prediction to it. There's no way to look at a guy and be like, oh, well, he didn't react the way we expected him to. So sometimes they're very different. But maybe if there's some words you can put to it, it kind of helps us understand how you're processing. In the past couple of months, you haven't had any, reached out to them with any anger. You don't have any anger. Would your friends say that you have been bottling up anger?
No.
Okay. Would anybody make those comments and say that's the kind of person that we should look at? Would anybody point you out? There's the smoking gun, go get him. Anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I really appreciate you coming in. I appreciate your cooperation today. This really helps us not waste time looking at you, to be honest with you. So I appreciate that. And if we think of anything else, is it okay to reach back out to you and ask you more questions if anything comes up?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, excellent. Do you have anything more, Mark?
No, man. Thank you
Okay,
very
so
much.
we're going to stop this interview at 3:07.
I agree. Where did it go, Tony? Yeah, extremely heavy burden for sure. For sure. Well, I don't think this guy looks necessarily suspicious for the crime. Maybe I hope they looked into things a little bit more. My biggest issue was, like, I'll say it again, how he started off. Don't really know them now, haven't spent time with them in a long time, not in their circle of friends. But then he knew a lot. He knew a lot about college life with Kaylee and Maddie. But supposedly he hasn't really known them since high school. To me, it sounds like he went to the University of Idaho when they all went at the same time. But then what happened? Did he drop out? Did he fail out? Did he decide not to go back? Did he not? I don't know. These are questions that I have, things that I want to look into. The biggest thing out of all of this is that he named another ex that Maddie Mogan had. And it was, I'm looking for the person who was also the ex of Madison Moy, because they shared an ex-boyfriend. And it sounded like Logan, like the name of her ex would be Logan. And Accomplished Day came in here and dropped the name. I don't think I wrote it down. I think I screenshotted it. But I've been doing a series I started a series on important locations in the Idaho 4 case. So we're going to go right to the 614 South Ash Street location soon. I don't know if I can get that ready for tomorrow because I'm going on a date night tonight, you guys. So I'm not going to have time to work on anything tonight, but I'm going to get that ready. That location has some very key players in it. Mason Bangman is associated with this house. Mason Bangman has an arrest interview and he was busted with cocaine in his pocket. Okay. He's the guy who chased the kids back to the dorms, barking at them. This interview, I'm so happy because it was an investment and it gave us some information. So it would have given us a lot more information if it wasn't overly redacted. So thank you for joining me, everybody. This was a great live. Lots of chatters. I appreciate all you guys. Oh, thanks for wishing me a happy date night. Yeah, it's going to be fun. He is the top of the suspect list, One Can Leanne. I agree. Especially with this case, sometimes it's not what we know or the information that we get. It's like what information was hidden. And to me, they kept the Delts hidden. They kept Mason Bangman hidden. Not until we started requesting interviews and things like that did stuff start coming out. So I want to thank you again for the donations. Gen 7S, thank you so much. And Teary Dawn, thank you. I did receive those. Appreciate that very much. This is going to stream again as an uninterrupted premiere at 5:00. So it'll be on YouTube for everybody. So Chicken Boy, that's another one. Yeah. I hope I put your one comment on the screen, Rochelle. I know I laughed at it in the comments. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Yep. We'll be talking about this interview and the information that has come out of it in our next few interviews. Brian, also thank you to you for that super chat earlier. And now we're gifting another membership. Let me get on over here and see who got that. Who got that membership? Chris Tat. All right, Chris Tat. That's awesome. I'm always happy when I'm happy for anybody that gets a membership. You always get an email notifying you if they're not in chat, but when it's someone who's around all the time, like right there. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that when that happens, when they're in chat and you can say thank you. So I'm going to do a thank you to everybody.
I appreciate you. Thank 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 you for the support. Thank you.
I will leave you with the big news of the day. So Sarah D. Irish posted on Twitter that 4 new documents have dropped with Brian Kohberger's appeal case. And it looks like it's approved. They set a conference status hearing for June of 2027. So to me, if you're going to have a status hearing, we'll have to get in all the nitty gritty of all that and what that means and everything. But that sounds like they're going to be scheduling out the process, right? So is this going to go to trial, back to trial? I know why 9 months. because they got to get their you know what together. That's why, in my opinion, just speculating my opinion. Yeah, Brian, that's like big news, big news. So it is, but we're going to keep digging into this. There's so much coming out, and I love this community because, there's people are on all different tracks of getting information out, and it's at some point it's all going to come together. Carlos always says it's all going to come together, Pepper. That's probably a movie quote. I don't know what movie it is, but and it's everybody. It's the whole community. All of you guys, everybody asking questions, sharing information, finding photos, all of it. Yes. Yes. So amazing. I don't think those documents are like available yet. If they are, that just happened recently today. They're just like, they're posted on the docket. Like they should be released soon. Okay. Yes. Thrilled to hear this. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's do a little. Thank you, Judge Hippler. Do we have to thank Judge Hippler for approving this? Does anybody want to say thank you to Judge Hippler? Astra and Ash, told ya. All right. Yeah. It's deserving with this case, with the lack of evidence and everything we've been seeing. It needs to go to a trial. We need to see the information. I don't know. Well, I don't know any of the details about it. I don't know. You purchased them and they are in Discord. You purchased what? Purchased what? Accomplished Day? I'm scrolling up to see if you put something. Oh, she must not be in here. I don't know. I'll check Discord and see what she's got going on over there. But yes, Accomplished Day has dropped she dropped 3 videos last night. They're really interesting. If you want to finally see the whites, the cops at the whites on body cam, she's got a video for that. Go over to Accomplished Day and watch those. And Connor has some coming out. So please support them with views and subscribing and donations. And we appreciate all of you. Get caught up there. Get caught up there, Scully. All right, you guys, I have to clock out. And I will see you guys. If you're not following the Lindsay Clancy case, I come on at 9 a.m. every morning. This trial is fascinating. It's an important case with the topic of mental health treatment overall in this country, let alone women's health. It's also a case where I would say it's starting to be a majority of people, half the people don't think she did it at all. The husband looks very suspicious. So there's a lot going on with that trial. So if you're up at 9 a.m. Eastern time, hop on over. Love to hang out with you and watch that. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon. Thanks again, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for watching, hope you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. Subscribe, it's free and keeps us going strong. You're part of the crew now, right where you belong. Join us next time, same truth, same fire. We bring the heat and never tire. We're typically unique and proud to be a husband and wife in podcast harmony. Unique, yeah, that's you and me. Don't forget to like and hit subscribe, it's free. Come back again, we'll be right here with truth and laughs and zero fear. One love, two minds, letting it flow. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. We don't always agree, but that's the show. One love, two minds, letting it flow. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. We don't always agree, but you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. We dig deep with crack jokes, we call it like we see. If that's your vibe, you belong here with me. Thanks for watching, hope you felt the spark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. Please hit that like before it gets dark. It's free, it keeps us going strong. You're part of the crew, now right where you belong. Join us next time, same truth, same fire. We bring the heat and never tire. We're typically unique and proud to be a husband and wife and proud to be a husband and a wife in podcast harmony. Yeah, that's you and me, that's you and me. Don't forget to like, hit subscribe, it's free. Come back again, we'll be right here with truth and laughs and zero fear.